Washington is built on a culture of leaks, and journalists, of course, love leaks. I'm no exception. You want to find out what's going on behind the scenes, the things that officials won't say publicly. But at the same time, this is an extraordinarily leaky White House, and what really jumps out at you is the way in which so many of these leaks are not just self-serving, but furthering people's agendas and making either their colleagues look bad or their boss, the president, look bad. I mean, these are not in the same category as you didn't get it from me, but next week we're going to announce such and such a program and you get the story early. So here in the space of just 24 hours, here are three damaging and embarrassing leaks. First of all, Anthony Scaramucci, he's the guy who came in as communications director, and he was going to fire all the leakers or kill all the leakers, except he himself got fired, of course. And now lots of people are leaking against him. So Politico had a story quoting one unnamed White House official as saying that Scaramucci's actions over the past week were crazy by any standard. Lots of people dumping on him. This goes to this sort of Washington culture of kicking him when they're down. And I find it, look, the guy lost his job. He made some mistakes. He also tried to do some good things. I just find it to be kind of sad, really. Sad, as the president would say. It even happened to Reince Priebus. As soon as he was out, everybody in the White House seemed to be dumping on him. One report even that the president had once called him in to kill a fly in the Oval Office. Number two, John Kelly, four-star general, retired Marine general, who has taken over chief of staff on his first day on the job. He gets hit with a leak story. CNN reporting that when Kelly was the Homeland Security Secretary and President fired James Comey from the FBI, that Kelly called Comey, who he had some previous working relationship with, sympathized with him and said that he, Kelly, was considering resigning. And the Comey is reported to have said, no, you shouldn't resign. Now that has got to be a little awkward for General Kelly, who's coming in to serve President Trump. Clearly seems to be taking a firm hand at the very outset to his new job, to have it revealed, if this story is accurate, that he was sympathizing with the very guy who the president fired, whose firing arguably intensified and set the whole special counsel investigation on Russia into motion. And then we have this Washington Post story on Monday night about, this goes back to the meeting that Donald Trump Jr. and Jared and Paul Manafort had with the Russians, and particularly the Russian lawyer. And the initial statement that was put out in Don Jr.'s name, saying, well, this was basically a meeting about the adoption and the sanctions. It actually just said the adoption program, forcing an embarrassing reversal when the New York Times got more information about this, and more statements had to be put out, emails had to be put out showing that the reason for the meeting, as the president's son acknowledged, but not in the beginning, was because this lawyer said Russia's government wanted the campaign to have some damaging information on Hillary Clinton. Now, Washington Post reporting, unnamed sources again, that the president himself not only approved that first very limited statement that some people found misleading, but actually dictated the wording of the statement. Now, his lawyer, Jay Sekulow, is denying the story. He's previously denied the president was involved in this statement, but you even had an unnamed presidential advisor saying, well, now people can say it was the president trying to mislead. So you always have to ask, and I've been involved in so many of these leak stories, when this kind of stuff comes out, well, one, is it true? Is it reflect somebody's spin? But also, is it somebody, people who don't want to be named, who want to hide behind a curtain of anonymity, are they pushing their own agenda, getting even with somebody, revenge, trying to preempt something, or just make somebody look bad, or save their own skin? And the fact that there have been so many of these leaks in just the day that Kelly took over says to me that the culture of leaking is so entrenched here that it is never going to stop.